On today's episode of Culture Rewind, we're visiting some locations from the 90s show Melrose Place. This show was a spin-off of Beverly Hills 90210, and it ran from 1992 to 1999 and centered around the lives of 20-somethings living in an apartment complex called Melrose Place. I started watching the show because I loved 90210, but I feel like the show never came close to what 90210 was to me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments which one you liked better. Today, I will take you to 4 locations from the show. Now, most of the production happened at a studio in Santa Clarita. The famous apartment complex was mostly filmed on set, but the establishing shot and few exteriors were filmed at El Pueblo Apartments in Los Feliz, where we are coming up to now. This shot of the front of the building is what we saw on the show. This section here, under the 4616, had that Melrose Place tiled sign. Let's head inside. A lot of the architecture that we see here was the basis of what we saw inside the complex on the show. Remember the pool that was in the center of the complex? Well, that doesn't exist in real life. When we walk inside, we come to a really small courtyard, and you can see just how much this location inspired the set for the show, down to the rails. These apartments are actually really cute, and it's quiet in here. This go away welcome mat is just like what Jake had on the show, so it is just awesome to see this here today. And note these mailboxes here. In the episode where Brooke dies, there's a confrontation with Jane, Billy, Allison, and Jake near them before they all leave. And the mailboxes they created for the set really look similar to these. And from inside, if we turn around to look at the entrance, this is what it looks like. This next location looks nothing like it did back in the 90s, so nothing matches up. This was the building that was used to establish Shooters. Shooters was a hangout spot for the gang and is located on Melrose. Even the little round window that used to be here is gone. Next up is the establishing shot for Amanda Woodward Advertising. This is located down in Long Beach. Now in the series, in seasons 1 through 5, a lot of the cast worked at D&D Advertising at various times. The establishing shot for that location was filmed at a building that was home to Spelling Television on Wilshire. In season 6, Amanda opens her own agency, and because the plot required it, many characters worked there as well. Now, as we drive by, it is this building right here on the right, and I'll slow it down so you can see it better. Our final stop is just under 2 hours north of LA. Michael and Kimberly's beach house is located on Capri Way in Oxnard. In the show, it's supposed to be in Malibu, and in last week's video, I showed you Dave Grohl's former beach house on Mandalay Beach. I'll put a link for it down below if you missed it. Just a quarter of a mile down the road from Dave Grohl's beach house is the beach house that was used on Melrose. Over the years, this house has radically changed. In the show, the house was only 1 floor. And since then, they've put on a second story and added a rooftop deck. At various times, many characters on the show found themselves here. This is what it looks like now, and even the bottom section where the stilts were are now covered. I believe most of the establishing shots were from the back where we are now. The view here is really pretty. The islands that you see out there are the Channel Islands. Now from the street, we have the driveway and 3-car garage. Again, the home does look quite different now, having been majorly remodeled. In season 5, Kimberly dies right in this driveway, and it would have been right here. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.